The reigning Big East Player of the Year, RJ Lewis, has decided to keep his name in the NBA draft and forego his college eligibility and start the next phase of his career. The 6'7" forward, who was one of the better players in college basketball last season, despite not ending his St. John's career necessarily the way he wanted to. I think everyone talks about kind of how it ended with that game against Arkansas, where Coach Pitino, that is, bench RJ Lewis because of his defensive effort and also because he was just honestly, for lack of a better term, he was really bad in that basketball game. He'd be the first person to tell you that. He was 3 for 17. He really hurt them in that loss. And there's a lot of controversy surrounding that between Patino and RJ and how that situation was handled and this, that, and the third. He enters the transfer portal while also entering the NBA draft. He's going through the process and he ends up getting to the point where he will be staying in the draft. Now, there's a wide variety on where he is going. He stated hoping that he could get a first round guarantee. I have not seen him in any first round mocks as of yet, but he could be a player that dazzles in workouts maybe or something like that. But didn't necessarily have the best combine or pre-draft showing that was at the combine, but has decided to move on to the next step and begin his NBA career. Dion, I'll throw it to you first for your thoughts on RJ Lewis, and then I guess kind of what you make of this decision to stay.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on RJ Lewis are he probably should have just never went to the draft. I think if he hits the portal when he hit the portal and just chooses a college, I think he gets probably. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. He's probably like the biggest bag in college basketball if he just stayed in the portal, right? Like if he committed within April.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's players in the portal right now and back then that are like the high class players, the high kind of the high dogs of here. They are demanding $2 million minimum, maybe upwards of three, even 4 million. And the schools that were interested in him were like North Carolina, Kansas, Ole Miss, Villanova, Georgetown. All those schools have absolutely zero shortage of money. He probably would have garnered himself, I would say, around 3 to $3.5 million.
Yeah, and that's like minimum too. You know what I mean? Like if Yaxel got four, and I think it could have approached five for Yaxel. Like I don't think RJ is too far behind that if he's behind it at all. Um, but I look at it kind of like a guy that what choice was he left at this point? You go back to college, you get a fraction of what you wanted to get. What they say Haggerty got 1.5,
Think
I
that,
believe.
yeah, 1.5 or 2, maybe max.
Yeah, like if you got 1.52 to play college basketball, like that's dope. RJ Lewis can give it his best go at the next level, probably gets a two-way deal, which I think if he goes back to college, he removes him from that two-way opportunity because there's going to be somebody else who's jumps him draft wise. And it prolongs his ability to go to Europe, which is going to be where he ultimately winds up playing basketball. And I think that 1.5, $2 million that he's missing at this point, he'll get back just by playing in Europe a little earlier. And it all evens itself out, but he has the opportunity to go live his dream and give himself the best shot at a prolonged NBA career where he could make a whole bunch of money at the same time. And I don't think it's far fetched he's able to pull it off, but I do think like if he just went back and got the $4 or $5 million, that would have been best for him. But at this point, 1.52, I think you give yourself the best chance at having an NBA career and you just see what happens.
Yeah, look, he was one of the better players in college basketball last year, and he would have got a massive payday. But I mean, he's been pretty transparent about this process. He said he's fully in on the draft, and he has said that the transfer portal is a backup plan, and I just want to be all in the draft. His father is like, we have a plan, we're gonna stick to the plan, and the plan is for him to go be a pro. So, look, credit them for sticking to being a pro. Would I have tried to go and get like a $3 to $4 million bag when I entered the portal? Yeah, I probably would have. But sometimes when you have a plan, you want to do what you want to do. I think that you can't really like fault people for wanting to live their dreams and follow their plan. But with that said, this process was not handled correctly by Camp, Father, everyone around this.
No, it wasn't. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's all about living your dream of playing in the NBA, then I think you have to do it because I just firmly believe this. I'll go into more detail on like a longer form video, but like if you have that opportunity, just go take it. Just go take it before it's gone. And if you're RJ Lewis and you have the opportunity, someone's giving it to you, go take it. But fiscally or financially, however you want to put it, I do think this was poorly handled. I mean, honestly, before everybody else was on the board, like, is there a world he commands $6, $7 million to play college basketball? I don't think it's that crazy.
Think he could have got. I mean, he was All American candidate, right? All American candidate, Big East Player of the Year. Yes, he could have garnered a massive bag, and it ever since that Arkansas game, I feel like stuff just went south off and on the court, and off the court. I mean, just like the handling of the transfer portal situation. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes. He's now going on to the next step of his career, and hopefully he's able to utilize his size and his skill set to possibly find a way to stick in the NBA. But we'll see what happens when draft night comes around and see where his name is called.